Thank you, Dave Schwartz, for my first official laugh of the day. I guess the Insurgentes Bridge was officially inaugurated yesterday. Oops. That's exactly what happened. We're going to talk about that later on. But first, good morning. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we survive COVID. We share headlines of news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, your ideas, your suggestions, your well-being, and we combine everything, including the runny nose, to bring positive vibes and better connections for anyone watching. Connections to what? To each other, to our city, to our culture as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is June 25th. It's been 4 days since I was diagnosed with COVID-19, and it's been 7 since I began with symptoms. And I tell you, I don't wish this on anyone, not even the people I don't like. I continue to wish insomnia for those people. But no, seriously, there are many people out there that are catching colds, or they think they're colds and they're turning out to be COVID-19. So if you think you're coming down with a cold, and I'll repeat this later on in the broadcast, it does not hurt to spend 250 pesitos if you have them. Just go get tested or test at home, because at least you'll have the peace of mind. And of course, if you've been spending time with friends, you don't want them to catch the bug either. But what can I tell you? I can tell you that I'm feeling better, but I'm not quite out of this yet. It's still going to be a weekend of staying home pretty much. I don't want to go out. Yesterday, I allowed myself to go out briefly because I needed to get some cash out of the ATM. But I swear on my mom's grave that I was very careful walking out and about, and that I didn't talk to anyone, and that I did not approach anybody in the process. And, I'm delayed again. I tell you, I wish I had a solution for this. Maybe it's time to get a new computer. Anyhow, I want to let you know that, as always, you are welcome to let us know if you are new to the broadcast. You can do that by adding the word new to your comment, and that way we'll give you a nice little welcome. If you have something truly important that you wish to share with the rest of us, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to your comment, and that way we'll keep our eyes open for your comment during the chit-chat section at the end of the broadcast. Today we don't have a lot of news, but we have a few interesting things that we want to share. There's an update on the construction going on at Las Juntas. There is, let's see, what else do we have? Update about COVID. We have some interesting points of view from the restaurant community about whether we should be face masking or not, and a couple of other interesting things. So we might as well get done with this, or continue with this rather. Oh my God, that was a Freudian slip. Well, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I want this broadcast to be over, if anything, so that I can just spend the whole weekend resting and chilling. But it's not about you, it's about my well being. Um, let's go. Okay, this morning I learned that the first stage of the new rain canal presently being constructed in Las Juntas has been concluded and was inaugurated by Mayor Michel yesterday. The work, as you know, began last month and it is expected to be concluded by July 27. According to the news note, part of the celebration including the reopening of one of the northbound lanes along Highway 200, so traffic heading into Nayarit, which must be quite heavy at present time, is likely to improve in the coming days. In the days to come? Well, you know what I mean. In the last week, I've heard, as I was telling you earlier, of more mild COVID cases than way back when the pandemic was really nasty. I thought it was a cold is a common phrase out there, and I can attest to that as I thought mine was just a cold at the beginning. The good news is that thanks to vaccines, the percentage of hospitalizations and deaths continues to be very low. But it would seem to me, and hopefully to you as well, that even the slightest of symptoms makes it worth your while to get tested. And of course, the bottom line is to be in the prudent side when it comes to wearing a face mask and minding your distance from other people as we go about our daily lives. Even Mexico President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador has now acknowledged a fifth COVID wave in Mexico. Of course, at the same time, praising the fact that it is not as severe as before, thanks to the 200 million doses of vaccines that have been applied throughout the country since the beginning of the pandemic. I learned this morning that Mexico is among the 10 most vaccinated countries in the world. Meanwhile, the local president of the National Chamber Association decided to take matters in his own hands, suggesting all member restaurants to embrace the return of the face mask among wait staff and employees as a preventive measure. And I cannot help but to wonder how restaurant workers will feel about that. For that matter, I truly wonder how we are going to feel about Governor Alfaro mandating face masks again, if he does or when he does it. Again, that is just an open question. Governor Alfaro has not pronounced in any way as to how he feels about the current increase in cases. But I wonder how you feel. Let's assume, and again, this is just an assume, if Governor Alfaro came back tomorrow and said, okay, it's time to wear the face masks everywhere again. How would you feel about that? Please feel free to leave your comments, and we'll take a look at those during the comment section. But now let's take a quick look at the weather just to see what is going on with Celia, the tropical storm. Oh yes, America is off to a strong start on its Handmaid's Tale speed run, and this is a novel that I haven't read. It's a series that I haven't watched, and I don't think I want to watch it right now because it's going to make me all gloomy and depressed. But I digress. Right now, we are enjoying 24 degrees, feels like 27. Humidity is at 82%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit is 76 degrees. And our weather forecast for today says light rain in the morning and overnight with a high of 30 and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Sunday, possible drizzle in the morning with a high of 30 and a low of 24. And on Monday, humid and mostly cloudy through the day with a high of 31 and a low of 24. And of course, if we take a quick peek at windy, we can see that Tropical Storm Celia is right in front of our coast. There she be, and this is why we continue to get rain and so forth and so on. The good news is that nothing seems to be happening down here just yet. So Celia is just going to continue its path heading out towards the ocean, and hopefully that'll be the end of that. Meanwhile, um, it continues to rain, of course, and Civil Protection Services is everywhere doing preventive work throughout the city, like holding yellow tape so that people won't go over puddles. And and I just try to be snarky there, and I failed miserably. So pay no mind. How pretty, how pretty our brand new Insurgentes Street Bridge was. And I say that in the past tense because a milk truck went and collided against one of the railings yesterday. Yesterday afternoon at approximately 4 o'clock, eyewitness reports indicate that a city bus attempted to switch lanes, unexpectedly making a milk truck driver swerve. The driver sustained minor injuries, and thank God there was no major human damage. But of course, our brand spanking new bridge is dented. What happens next? Well, apparently, the milk truck was confiscated as collateral for the damage caused to city property. And last but not least, before we get into our comment section, because our local crocodiles are so smart that they can read, authorities have placed warning signs at Holly Beach, at La Playa del Holly, where the Pitillal River meets the ocean, as a 2-meter long specimen has been repeatedly sighted in the vicinity. Needless to say, authorities recommend we keep our distance if we see the crocodile, and we keep our pets leashed as they make for appetizing snacks for the crocs. What does the weekend look like for you? For me, it is a toss between Stranger Things season 3 and 4 or The Umbrella Academy, which is back with a brand new season. I love both series. I'm going to binge. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to continue to crochet and continue to get better. What are you up to this weekend? Let me know, and let me get started with some of your comments just to see what everybody is up to. Do. Lots of good mornings, and I really enjoy that so much. Uh, let's see. Ramon is back in Los Angeles after a trip to Guadalajara, if you recall. Um, Thank you for that, Linda. I do feel like I sound better. My energy level is higher, although it doesn't quite show. I'm very antsy. I wish I could be out and about doing things, but I'm going to stay patient and stay home. Let's see what else we have. Do. Pam reports, Pam Thompson, huge amounts of COVID here, huge. Luckily, most have vaccines, so not any admissions. Thankfully, please, people, be careful. I am not a specialist like Pam, but I am sure there's a bunch of us going out and about thinking, nah, it's just a cold. Please don't think that, friends. Please get tested and continue to honor the recommendations from the government as far as safe distancing and face mask use. Uh, Betsy Ann was also diagnosed with COVID. I really seriously hope that yours is mild and that you recover promptly. Um, let's see what else. Um, well, if this has anything to do with my lack of synchronization, Charles, we have rebooted so many times, it's not even funny. But again, I am in touch with the developer, hoping to find a definitive solution. Um, let's see what else. Say, Paco, during your Guadalajara presentation, what is the contact of a shuttle service you suggested for service? I believe the operator's name is Frederick. No. You may be thinking of my tocayo Francisco, who has a van. If that is the case, I will be so very happy to share his contact information. Francisco has a taxi. He's a taxi driver here in town. He has several vehicles. Among them, he has a large capacity van that some friends and I have used in the past to get from one place to another, or for small getaways. We used it once to go to San Sebastian. We used it once to go to Cajon de Peña. He's absolutely reliable. So, Spencer, please, if I forget to put it in the show notes, please send me a nice little message, and I'll be so very happy to share the information with you. There is another cue. I wonder if the uptick of COVID correlates to the heat and more people gathering inside. I really couldn't tell you, Tracy, but I will say that here in Puerto Vallarta, COVID plus humidity and heat, it's just not fun. It's not fun. Pam chimes in again. Yes, on the face mask, never do we want to go through what we did the past couple of years. Oh, I am so certain that we don't. And again, I cannot recommend this enough. This morning, I heard from 2 other people that just got COVID, thinking it was a mild cold. So, please keep your distance. Keep the face mask on. Let's see. And I see some answers to my hypothetical question. Should we be expected to wear face masks again? Absolutely would mask up again. Face masks are fine with me. A small price to pay for health. Isn't that amazing, Luis, and everybody else? For all the, oh my goodness, politicization, is that even a word? For the way face masks have been politicized, it's such a small price to pay for our well-being. And masks do work, not because I know it, but because authorities and specialists say so. Sue says, I still wear my face mask everywhere, so it wouldn't bother me at all. I carry mine wherever I go. Albert says, I never stopped. Claude says, I have no problem wearing a mask. We have started wearing them again since Monday for safety of ourselves and of others. I'm so glad to read that we're all pretty much on the same track as far as this is concerned. Boom. Let's see what. There's another cue. Will the repair of the bridge be done by the milk company or the driver? That is a great question. I mean, this should be, I would imagine, I'm no expert here, but I would imagine that if the driver was driving a company vehicle, then the company is liable for it, not the driver itself. Now, whether the milk company is going to get ugly and expect the driver to do something, that is a different story altogether. I just hope that our beautiful bridge gets repaired quickly. And again, not to diminish the human injuries, I hope that the driver is going to be okay as well. Oh, goody. I see people that are loving the new season of the Umbrella Academy. I can't wait to go there. And I can't wait to talk about it when we can all get together again. My goodness. Since you have COVID, will you have natural resistance now? Well, I certainly hope so, Brad. Again, it's so difficult to keep track of all the reading that one could do, and one could easily get immersed in confusion. I know that one supposedly builds resistance, but then I also know that there's all these new strains, and you may or may not be resistant to all the strains. So I don't know that I can tell you. Oh, wonderful. Linda is crocheting a blanket for the regional hospital. Good thing to do on a rainy day. Linda, is this something that, do they have a program where they welcome people to crochet things? Please let me know if you don't mind, or if or how your connection to the regional hospital came about. I would love to hear more about this as I keep hooking and crocheting and crocheting and crocheting. Um, let's see what else we have. Oh, Spencer confirms that you want the connection to Francisco, the taxi driver. I'll be so very happy to make that happen. Um, Dave asks, are you noticing much difference in how you feel with COVID versus a normal cold or flu? Um, yes, yes, because when I've had a cold or the flu, I have never felt this tired before. It's not so bad today as it was 3 or 4 days ago, but I felt completely out of energy like I never felt before. It was absolutely freaky. Michael asks, did you watch the series The Staircase? I did not, but I'll look it up. I'm always curious about series out there. Thank you very much. Um, oh dear. See, I don't want to speculate and I don't want to finger point, but when Debbie says, I notice most local nationals wearing masks, but most expats are not, um, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But all I know is I'm wearing mine. That's the best thing I can do to take care of myself so that I can be good for Luna and for you guys. Let's see. You could crochet newborn hats, baby blankets. Okay. Um, thank you very much. I sent you the link yesterday on the Coffee and Headlines link. It's a post by Pam Thompson Webb. I'll definitely look for this information. I'm sorry if I missed it, but I will definitely look for that. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of another week, the end of another Coffee and Headlines. Oh, I secured my bus tickets for the symphony in Guadalajara next month. But I must confess, there is a part of me that is just increasingly concerned that as the date gets near, I just hope the concert doesn't get canceled. But, we just have to go with the flow as far as all these things are concerned. I, as always, thank you for your company, for your wise words, for your comforting words, for your questions, your ideas, your suggestions, and most certainly for your support. I hope the weekend is without incident for you. Please stay kind, stay mindful, and stay cautious if you go out there. Please take good care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll get together again soon, maybe even Monday. Have a great weekend.